Okay, Christine, why don't you introduce yourself and explain your backstory?
Okay, my name is Christine Lott. I am the founder and director of the Tanzania School Foundation in Tanzania. How this began? Well, I was vice president at Goldman Sachs in 2007. I was there for 25 years. Felt like writing a check wasn't enough. I felt like I had to go in deep. So I went on a volunteer trip to Tanzania for 3 weeks, dragged a colleague of mine from New York with me. And while I was there, I made a promise to a congregation after attending Mass. They didn't have a church. I promised them I'd build a church. So that was done. 6 weeks before the opening of the church, I lost my job in the financial crisis. Spent 2 months in Tanzania after, the opening, and I met with a lot of people, visited a lot of schools. And fast forward, I don't know how many years now, 13 years later, I am the founder of Father Christmas Academy, a primary school just outside of Arusha, Tanzania, in a small farming village.
And just to be clear about the progression here, you were a VP, you said?
I was a vice president at Goldman Sachs.
Vice president at Goldman Sachs.
Yeah.
Do you mind mentioning, and this is your full-time gig, running
This is
a
my
school.
full-time gig now, running a foundation. It's a lot of work. It's not easy, from financials to websites to social media.
In which capacity were you happier?
I'm happier now. I'm more fulfilled. But I can't write that check anymore, and I wish I could.
Do you want to give anybody who watches this some idea of the differential between just the resources as a VP in banking?
Yeah. I had a lot of resources. When I was building the church, I knew a lot of people.
Yeah.
I've been out of that for a long time. I don't know any more wealthy people, and it's getting harder and harder to raise money.
What's your biggest lesson learned about starting anything?
Excuse me. It's not just about raising money and spending it. There's a lot of compliance. There's a lot of government oversight. There's, we've been audited. It's been a challenge. It hasn't been easy. It's not like you just give us money and we go. We have to be accountable for every penny that are given to us.
So that was without prompting. If anybody watches this, I teach law, and my students will think I must have put you up to that to say compliance and regulations.
No, it is. I was compliance at Goldman Sachs.
Okay, all right. And
it was like I was like middle office compliance, but I sat on the trading desk.
And it doesn't get any better in the nonprofit sector. You said there might be more scrutiny. Yeah.
There's more scrutiny.
More scrutiny
you have to follow up with the Attorney General and every state that you raise money in. It's a lot of work.
Okay, so pay attention to your basically mind the details when you're raising money.
Yeah, mind the details, especially when we can't afford a lawyer because we are a small nonprofit. So we have to make sure that we avoid litigation at all costs.
Right. Okay, well, great to meet you. One more time, Christine Lott.
Christine Lott, Tanzania School Foundation, www.tanzaniaschoolfoundation.org.
All right.
All right.
Goodbye from Harvard Square. Bye.